Dana White, Hunter Campbell, and Sean Shelby are back at it again, giving us matchups for our favorite fighters that make absolutely no sense. And at this point, you gotta hand it to them because I feel like they're rage baiting us to make more content because they're just doing this for the love of the game at this point. I have no idea why either of these fights have been announced or even rumored. And today we're going to be talking about these fights because there's nothing to talk about right now in the UFC. So, with that being said, I'm going to start off with the first big announcement, which is Petr Yan versus Marcus McGhee over here. Now, I understand that since this has been announced, Cage Side Press has officially came out stating that this fight is not official and that you shouldn't take this at face value. But I'm just going to say this. We've been hearing months about this matchup being made. And honestly, at this point, I would not be surprised if the UFC is dumb enough to make a matchup like this. Now, a lot of people in the comments might go, "Oh, why are you so mad? You're just watching Petr Yan get a free win." It's not necessarily about that. If anything, I don't want Petr Yan to get a free win. I think Petr Yan will beat Marcus McGhee. It's just a matter of why is Marcus McGhee getting this big jump up? He's not exactly a big superstar. Like, even Sean O'Malley was kind of pushing it at the time. But I could kind of understand it because the UFC was really behind this dude the whole time. What has Marcus McGhee done for the UFC to be behind him the entire time, other than be affiliated with Sean O'Malley? Just because you're affiliated with someone, you're trained with them at the MMA lab, like that don't mean that you're an automatic superstar, like Sean O'Malley, I guess. And the last time Petr Yan took a fight where he gave someone like way below him in the rankings a chance to climb up, the UFC arguably robbed him. Now, fair enough, it was Sean O'Malley, so it could just be that. But I'm just saying, eh, the last time something like this happened, it did not go well for Petr Yan because Petr Yan lost the fight, which, I'll be real, he shouldn't have lost. So, if anything, as a Yan fanboy, this is giving me PTSD. And I'm not saying Marcus McGhee is at the level of a Sean O'Malley because I don't think he is. But if this fight is close, I would not be surprised if this were to end in like a controversial robbery. Like, as for the fight itself, I'm gonna say this. I think Petr Yan should win, and I'm not just saying this because I love my little Pookie Bear Petr Yan. I think Petr Yan just has way too many tools for Marcus McGhee to handle. Like, I can see Marcus McGhee just boxing up Petr Yan a little bit, like maybe the first round or two. But I think Petr Yan, he has way too many tools in his bag to overwhelm Marcus McGhee, in my opinion. You know, it's not. You gotta understand that. I know that he's one of the best boxers in the UFC, but Petr Yan is just not only a boxer. Petr Yan, he has the Sotogari trip. He has that cool wheel kick he throws. He's like very good with the clinch. Like he can do a lot of things. And I can see Marcus McGhee over the course of 5 rounds especially being overwhelmed. 3 rounder, I might give him a chance, but 5 rounds, I think Petr Yan got this in the bag. So I would give Petr Yan maybe like a 49-46. Maybe McGhee just tunes up Petr Yan a little bit. Petr Yan goes into that high guard, not being able to throw offense for the first round or two. But after that, I'd say that Petr Yan, he'll figure Marcus McGhee out and just tune him up from there. So I'm going to say that Petr Yan should win this fight. If this is a close fight, however, I could see the UFC definitely robbing Petr Yan. It's not the first time it's happened, so I just don't want that to happen. And if Petr Yan's gonna lose, possibly, then I want him to lose to someone who's actually good, like a Umar Nurmagomedov or a Corey Sandhagen. That's why I'm really mad about this matchup because I know that Marcus McGhee's on a win streak, but he does not deserve to fight a top 5 opponent. Like maybe someone else, like a Cheeto Vera could have fought him. I don't know, like anybody else but a Petr Yan, because this is a way too big of a jump up and it's not justified whatsoever. All right, moving on to the other announcement that was made today. We got Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Gabriel Bonfim. Now, I believe that Gabriel Bonfim will win this fight. I think Gabriel Bonfim is really good. He submitted Chaos Williams in the second round. I think that's a very impressive statement. We did not have to give him Wonderboy Thompson to get into the top 15, however. Gabriel Bonfim, he's a very good grappler, and I think we know what the outcome's gonna be. Steven Wonderboy Thompson, like even though he's kind of hard to submit, unless you're like my goat Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Shavkat Rachmanov. That man gives me chills.
I think Wonderboy, he's very prone to getting smushed about against the canvas for like a majority of a round if he gets taken down. And I don't think Bonfim would be stupid enough to only fight Stephen Thompson on the feet. And we've seen Bonfim use very high level grappling in order to win a lot of his fights. So I'm gonna say that Gabriel Bonfim should win this probably by like maybe like a third round submission. I'm not entirely sure, but this is my point as to why this is not a great matchup. Like to be honest, like who wants to see Wonderboy get submitted again? I understand that rankings wise this makes sense, but like we gotta stop giving Wonderboy all of these matchups. Have him fight someone like a striker on the come up who's like really fun to watch. Like you can give him a Randy Brown, you can give him maybe a Brian Battle. Although maybe Brian Battle will just probably clinch Wonderboy up against the fence. But still, I think that would be better than watching Wonderboy get either smushed in the canvas for 3 rounds or possibly get submitted. So I'm gonna say that there could have been better matchups to make. And Wonderboy, he's now 41 years old. He's still fun to watch. It's just that he gets smushed up way too often. And I know that he's not gonna win the title or anything like that, but I want to see him fight like a kickboxing match. I think he's very fun still if you give him a straight up kickboxing match. But the UFC, for some reason, I guess they hate Wonderboy, which is why they gave him Gabriel Bonfim. One of the better grapplers of the division. And that kind of sucks because we really did not to see that need to see this. I kind of wanted I don't know, like a fun matchup for Wonderboy for his retirement fight. Like he's 42 years old. He said he's looking back. He's looking to retire if he loses this next one. I think we could have given them a better matchup. Like, come on, Charlotte Shelby, come on, Dana White. Like, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but come on, don't stop doing this man so dirty. Like, give him a striking matchup that like people will actually tune in to watch. All right, that's gonna be it for today's video. Leave a comment down below. If you would like to see Marcus McGhee fight Petr Yan, or how excited you are to find out that Wonderboy Thompson is gonna get ragdolled by Gabriel Bonfim. But other than that, leave a comment down below as to what I should make a video about next. Hopefully, I get hit like 200 subscribers as soon as possible. One step at a time, you guys. But yeah, other than that, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.